Is it more rational to believe in the absence of God or to admit the possibility of his existence yet acknowledge our inability to confirm it? This provocative question sets the stage for our exploration today. We'll delve into atheism and agnosticism, two distinct viewpoints on the existence of God. These ideologies, while different, are intertwined in a complex dance of belief, doubt, and intellectual curiosity. This is the question that atheists and agnostics wrangle with, and today we dive into their perspectives. At its core, atheism is the disbelief or lack of belief in the existence of God or gods. It's a perspective that's often misunderstood, so let's delve a bit deeper. Atheism isn't necessarily a denial of gods, rather it's an absence of belief in them. This often stems from a lack of compelling evidence or perhaps a dissatisfaction with religious explanations of the world. Atheism is not a religion despite what some might think. It's a philosophical or metaphysical stance, one that can coexist with a range of other beliefs about morality, meaning, and the universe. There are also various forms of atheism. For instance, some atheists may be strong or explicit atheists, actively asserting that no gods exist. Others might be weak or implicit atheists, simply living their lives under the assumption that there are no gods, without making any particular declaration about it. Many individuals choose atheism because they find the empirical evidence of the world around them incompatible with the concept of a deity. They may also feel that religious explanations for life's mysteries are not satisfying or comprehensive enough. Others might be motivated by a desire for intellectual and moral autonomy, preferring to find their own answers rather than accepting those provided by religious authorities. It's important to remember that atheism isn't synonymous with a lack of morality or meaning. Many atheists live deeply ethical and meaningful lives, guided by humanist principles and a profound sense of awe at the universe. For atheists, the absence of evidence for the existence of God is evidence of absence. On the other hand, agnosticism is not a creed but a method, the essence of which lies in the rigorous application of a single principle. Agnosticism is often misunderstood as a halfway house for those who can't decide whether they believe in a deity or not. But it's far more profound than that. It's a philosophical stance that emphasizes the limits of human knowledge. This viewpoint suggests that we can't attain absolute certainty about the existence or non-existence of a higher power. Agnostics are not non-believers. They're simply undecided, holding the position that such matters are inherently unknowable. They apply skepticism to both the claims of theists and atheists, questioning the certainty with which these groups hold their beliefs. The core principle of agnosticism, then, is not indecision, but a profound commitment to intellectual humility. It's a recognition that the universe is vast, our minds are limited, and there are truths that we might never fully comprehend. So how does agnosticism differ from atheism? Well, while atheism asserts a disbelief in deities, agnosticism makes no such claim. Instead, it posits that the truth of such matters is unknowable. It's not a statement about belief, but about what we can know. In essence, agnostics do not reject the existence of God or gods, but rather, they suspend judgment until there is compelling evidence. And here's the kicker: for agnostics, absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. So, where do atheism and agnosticism clash, and how do they interact? The crux of the contention between atheism and agnosticism lies in their divergent approaches to uncertainty. While atheism asserts the non-existence of a deity with conviction, agnosticism suspends judgment, asserting that such matters are inherently unknowable. Let's delve into the realm of morality. Atheists often derive their moral compass from secular humanism, emphasizing empathy, fairness, and the welfare of all beings. On the other hand, agnostics, while not necessarily opposed to these principles, may argue that without a definitive answer to the existence of a divine entity, the foundation for absolute moral standards remains uncertain. Now, let's pivot to the afterlife. Atheists typically reject notions of an afterlife, viewing death as the termination of consciousness. Agnostics, however, maintain their characteristic skepticism. They may not entirely dismiss the possibility of an afterlife, but neither do they assert its existence. And what about the meaning of life? Atheists generally propose that life's meaning is not prescribed, but rather, it is our responsibility to create our own purpose, to make our own mark on the universe. Agnostics, while they might agree with this to some extent, also hold room for the possibility that there may be a greater undiscovered purpose behind our existence. The dialogue between atheism and agnosticism is not a battleground but a marketplace of ideas, a platform for the exploration of life's greatest mysteries without the constraints of dogma. Each perspective, with its unique stance, enriches the conversation, inviting us to question, ponder, and wonder. Yet, it's important to remember that these are not rigid categories, but points on a spectrum of belief, and many people's views may fluctuate or blend these positions. Despite their differences, atheists and agnostics share a common ground in their rejection of dogmatic religious beliefs. The clash between them, then, is less about opposition, and more about different ways of grappling with the profound questions of existence. What's the commonality that binds atheists and agnostics? Now, this question might initially seem a bit puzzling given that we've just spent a good chunk of time exploring their differences. But despite their contrasting perspectives on the existence of a higher power, atheists and agnostics share some noteworthy values and beliefs. One of these shared values is critical thinking. Both atheists and agnostics approach religious claims, and indeed all claims, with a healthy dose of skepticism. They insist on examining evidence, questioning assumptions, and challenging beliefs that are held without good reason. Skepticism, another shared value, is essentially the application of this critical thinking to religious and supernatural claims. Atheists and agnostics may not agree on the existence or non-existence of a higher power, but they do agree that such a monumental claim should not be accepted without compelling evidence. Then there's the scientific method, a process of inquiry that both atheists and agnostics hold in high regard. They understand that our best tool for uncovering the truth about the natural world is through systematic observation, measurement, and experiment, and the formulation, testing, and modification of hypotheses. In essence, what binds atheists and agnostics together is a commitment to reason, evidence, and intellectual honesty. They may arrive at different conclusions, but they journey along the same path of inquiry and doubt. In a world full of diverse beliefs and viewpoints, it's crucial to respect and understand different perspectives, even as we seek our own truths.